Hello again everyone, it's Wendy here, and just continuing on from my previous message on resilience. There's a lovely, beautiful quote by the poet Mary Oliver that says, "So tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your wild and precious life?" Don't quote me exactly, look it up. It's something like that anyway, but what she's basically saying is, what are you going to do with your life? How do you spend it? It's one of my favourite quotes that makes me think. And the other one is Susan Jeffers, who was very popular in the 80s with a book that said, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." And that was my mantra for a long time. And both of those things, those quotes by those lovely women, tie in with resilience, because I notice quite a lot of people tend to avoid doing what they really want to do. They have these thoughts that there's certain things they want to do in their life, whether it be in business or in personal life or with their health, or which is, personal life, in relationships, in all sorts of things. People say, "Oh, I'd love to do that. I really want to do that." But for all manner of reasons, they don't get round to doing it. And it's, as I say, for all manner of reasons. There's lots of things behind that, which it's a bit too long a topic to go into here. But what I've found over the years is when I've wanted to do something, I have a kind of I don't think it's a natural thing. I think it comes from my mum, who used to, people who grew up in that era of, after the Second World War and things like that, they were really strong, and they just had this kind of attitude of, well, just, pick yourself up and get on with it. And Mum always said that to me. I'd be complaining about something as a kid or a teenager or whatever and having a little tantrum over it or something, and she'd say, "Well, just get on with it, just doesn't matter, just happen, get on with it." And I think that's kind of helped me build resilience. And I think that's a really good way to look at the things you want to do. Just get on with it. Quit judging yourself and quit thinking you can't do it, and just do it. Doesn't matter how good it is or how bad it is, or that's not the problem. That's not the process. It's just do it. And that builds resilience. Because I'll tell you what, even since doing these 2 videos, I feel more resilient. You've been very kind, and you've left some lovely comments for me, and people have messaged me privately as well, and it's just given me such a boost of strength and courage and confidence. And because I really want to do these videos, I want to help people as much as I can for however long I'm on the earth still. I want to leave this legacy of sharing what's worked for me through the years with others, so maybe it might work for them. So each time you do something that frightens you and that you don't really feel, you've got to want to do it. I don't mean doing things that you don't want to do, unless of course you have to for some reason. Like, my dear Dale doesn't want to go in for heart surgery on Tuesday, but he has to. So he's adjusted his attitude, and he wants to go in and get it over and done with and come home again and get on with our life. So there's some things that you don't really want to do, but with all those things that you really want to do but you don't do, just do them. You'll build such resilience. Each time you tackle something that it seems hard and that you have all this resistance to, but you want to do anyway, you get stronger. And you know what? Do a little bit at a time, and don't aim for perfection. If you're in a bit of a slump and you don't have much motivation to do something, don't do it all at once. Just do one little bit of it. That's why I started these videos. I don't have a tripod. I don't have a microphone. You know, I don't have a lot of confidence doing it. But I just thought, do it anyway. Just start somewhere. And yeah, down the track, I'll get better at it and I'll get myself a tripod and a microphone and do all that sort of stuff. But right now, the exercise is doing it. And then you feel stronger, you feel more resilient. And I'm going to say it again, every day gets better. Bye now.